We are so honored to have you all. We are sorry about the electricity problem at the Marriott. But what can I say? I told them I ran the public relations department at Bloomingdale's, and that still didn't work to get them to turn the lights on. Yeah, sorry, Ren. Thank you. Thanks, Ken. It is so incredible that everyone has traveled near and far to come to this simcha for Richard and I. We are fortunate to have family and friends from Joburg, Cape Town, Sydney, yeah, you got to scream when you hear your place, Manchester, London, Portugal, California, North and South, Toronto, of course, Allentown and Reading, New York City in the house, Newton, Wellesley, and Wales.
Excuse me, what about San Francisco?
I said California, North and South.
Oh, I beg your pardon.
And San Francisco. Stanford.
Did they say New York? Jesse, did she say New York?
I'm especially
did she say Foster City?
The matriarch of the family at the bedecking. For my auntie, I'm not going to look around because I really have to look this way. For my auntie Tabelle, Auntie Nellie, and Granny Leah, Richard's grandmother from Cape Town, thank you for blessing me with this honor of sitting with me at your bedecking, and Sylvia and Carol as well. And thank you to Uncle Nathan for being here, my mother's uncle. It means so much to me and my mother and our family. As many of you know, it's been very difficult for Richard and I, as many of our grandparents are not with us this weekend. We know my Zaitz Froyam and Bubba Chaya are with us in spirit, as well as Richard's grandparents, Morris and Yetta Shell, and Grandpa Zelik. And also, for my nuns and pups in Joburg, my dad's parents. There's nowhere else that they would have rather been this weekend. Our hosts for this weekend are Renee and Ilana and Dina and Debbie. These 4 women have been so amazing, and it's such a tribute to their relationship with my parents and how loyal they are. They have opened up their hearts, their homes, their wallets, everything. Thing tonight, and I just cannot say about all of them just how incredible and how wonderful they all are. It just means so much to all of us that you guys have given us this. And they put in so many endless hours to create all that you see tonight and tomorrow night. We want to thank Harriet, Eflin, and Avril, who have contributed their hard work and effort for this weekend as well. We would like to thank Ralph, Gary, Paul, and Lawrence for your generosity and unconditional support to allow your wives to do whatever needed to be done. Jeff and Evie, without you, I wouldn't be standing here today so mentally prepared, calm, organized, and ready to go. Thanks for everything you've done and for being here with your families to share in the celebration. Thanks to all of you for your constant support and unconditional love. To my parents and Sam and Sylvia, they will never truly know how inspirational they are to both Richard and myself. They've instilled in us morals, values, how important family is, and of course the Yiddishkeit, which we will always embrace. I have been so welcomed in this Bub Fromer Heller Shell Sager Ronan family, and I can't tell you how much I've enjoyed becoming part of all your lives. As many of you know, Richard and I have decided to observe the custom of not seeing each other this week. So Rich, I know you can't see me, but I know you can hear me. And please take note of this for future reference. I love you.
Say it back. Say it back.
Next speaker is Michelle Black.
I am such a proud aunt tonight. There is so much love in this room. A wedding is not only about your love for each other, but also about the love you share with all the people in your life. You're among family and friends who wish you and Richard all the happiness and love in the world. Kira, to quote your mom, you definitely have the poise, stature, elegance, grace, and class of your grandmother. Nana and Papa would be so proud of you tonight. You're such an outstanding person, and I know nothing would ever change your beauty and loyalty that not many people have. Richard, I don't know each other well yet, I know that Kira thinks the world of you, and that is good enough for me. So it is a pleasure to welcome you to the family, and we couldn't be happier to see you together. You are two compassionate and dedicated people who love life better for everyone around you, who make life better for everyone around you. Lastly, Emily Bronte wrote some words that I think are apt here. She wrote, "Whatever our souls are made of, his and mine are the same. Richard and Kira, your souls are the same. You make a perfect couple. You truly deserve each other, and I know you will have a long and happy life together. To my wonderful niece and her perfect husband, Mazel Tov, and God bless you both. May your marriage be long, happy, and free."
Amen.
Why is he hiding?
That was actually perfect, Mom. She practiced that like a million times and couldn't stop crying throughout the speech. So there were no tears, so that was good. All right, the next person is Granny Leah Bub.
I think she might pass. Oh, she's not. She's not gonna pass.
I love how Andrew's videotaping all that.
Yeah, you're gonna love my commentary. Laura, what's up, girl?
I'm crying.
Why? It's a happy moment, not sad.
I know. I love thinking about this. Like, and what about San Francisco?
I said, what about Foster City?
I know I wasn't gonna cover it all up. I said Wellston.
Granny Leah making her way. Come on down. You're the next contestant.
I'd rather have you now.
Andrew, what are you gonna say during my speech?
When are you going next?
No, not for a while.
I'm not much of a speaker, but it is a very, very great honor for me to be here tonight, to be at this very, very great simcha of my gratitude. What can I say? I've been brought up in a small village in Durbanville. Those who have come from near Cape Town will know where I live, and I went to school there and got married from Durbanville, and thank God, God blessed me with 5 wonderful, wonderful sons and 5 wonderful, loving and caring daughters-in-laws. Lovely grandchildren and great-grandchildren, and I am very, very thankful of being here tonight. What can I say to Richard and Kira? That they should be blessed with good health, happiness and prosperity, and be a credit to their dear parents and to Kol Israel.
Good job, Leah.
Next speaker is Ina Shura. Hello, everyone.
Do I have enough tape? Do I have enough tape for this?
Save some for us.
I have been waiting for this moment for many, many, many years. And as I bored everyone in Allentown
He's got the
when we
tape.
went for the opera for Curacao in Allentown, I told them every Friday night the Godfreys and the Judas would do Shabbat together. And when we were by Fran's house, we would be setting the table and Fran and I would be like, you know, whatever, schmoozing in the kitchen, making, washing, cooking, doing. And Fran and I would say, where are you, Francine? Can you imagine when it's Kira's wedding? Can you imagine when it's Kira's wedding? And then, you know, our great friend, the Dalai Lama, says, be here now. Be here now. And this is now. Okay?
The Dalai Lama. I love it.
So what I want to give to you and to Richard and Kira, I want to give the gift of a story.
picture. Where do you come from? How do you get to be here now? How do you get here now? And I want to say that I am extremely privileged to have actually grown up with Michelle from Houghton School up in Joburg. From grade 1, Mrs. whatever her name, horrible teacher, who used to hit us with a ruler and pull up grades.
I like the ruler.
Okay. And I was, because of this friendship with Shelley, privileged to meet my dear, dear friend Anthony, whom I've known since I'm 5 years old. So really, why am I telling you this? I'm telling you this because I want you to know that I've spent many wasteful moments, fun-filled, wasteful moments, and I want to share with you. Now, many of you do know Rona. Rona was always mod. You know, whatever the fashion was, Rona was there. She was there now. Okay? And she always said she wanted to be with it, whatever with it meant. And with it meant to be with the future. And to be with it meant, what am I telling you? I'm telling you that this commitment of parenthood, of unconditional love, of acceptance, and there was warmth, and there was class. And Kira, this is where your dad comes from. You know, there's certain things that a girl can't do. And I don't know left from right. But I know right from wrong. And let me tell you, Anthony and Shelley knew right from wrong. From Rona and Wilfred, they learned right from wrong. Okay? A home of beauty and grace, elegance and commitment. And I was privileged to change my life forever with their generosity of spirit and their love and their acceptance. And now, Kirilla, I want to talk about your mother's family. Because not only was I privileged, you know, there's a reason I'm here boring you. Not only was I privileged to know Ro and Will, who only wanted to be with it and be there now, all of that stuff, but I was also extraordinarily privileged to know Chaya and Freud. Unfortunately, Chaya, I didn't know that well, but I knew enough to know that my friend Fran is really the DNA of Chaya. So we'll keep that conversation for a little bit. This is going to go on for a little bit while. You've got to indulge me, okay? Excitement and vibrating with energy when you would tell him what his children and grandchildren were at and doing. The most extraordinarily dedicated father and husband and grandfather. And I, be here now, was privileged to know this man. And so, Kira, the other side of where you come from is Freud, with Yiddishkeit and simplicity and priorities. And I want to tell you, I experienced it and I was enriched by it. And now I want to talk to you about your parents. Because like many of us here, we have witnessed your parents' adventure in parenting every step of the way. And I was very blessed and honored to journey to Allentown and to be embraced with hospitality and friendships and good food and good cheer from the folks in Allentown. And not only were the people but it was the rabbi. And the rabbi said something that will live with me forever. He talked about commitment, and he talked about what you and Richard are going to do during the signing of the tuba, which I believe is to pick up the handkerchief. The whole idea of picking up this handkerchief as being a commitment to something. And I have witnessed your parents picking up that handkerchief. A commitment to each other, to hard parents have modeled for many of us what it means to be a parent. There you go. And even though I don't know you well yet,
Just as well.
what I've seen is a tremendous commitment, a commitment to family, a commitment to excellence, and a commitment to values. And Richard and Kira, you don't need more than that. A little bit of help, a little bit of muzzle, a little bit of flick. But let me tell you, you guys have got the goods. It's all there, you've seen it all. From your grandparents, to Bobalia, who I've met, to my beautiful Cabell and Vicky, who are here tonight with us. And each one of us have been blessed to arrive at this moment, to witness our friends bringing their children to chuppah. So ladies and gentlemen, please rise and let's make a l'chaim and a bracha for Shechianu.
You gonna say something?
Baruch atah Adonai.
Are you playing anything? Anu v'higianu l'zman chazeh amin. Come on.
Kira, by the way, Kira absolutely adores.
Yes.
Hi, everybody. I'm Stacy. I am Richard's mother, Sylvia's baby sister's daughter. Sylvia's niece and Richard's first cousin. And this is such a happy weekend for me. You have no idea. Richard, the Bubs and the Hellers. These are two families we've really done just about every simcha together, celebration, every Jewish holiday since I can remember. Travels to South Africa, the two families, my grandparents, Marks and Yetta Shell, just, you know, these big presences, and their 5 kids, and all of us grandkids, and there's a bunch of us here tonight, who Kira mentioned, and but Richard and I were very close in age, and we've always been thrown together. And Richard is very dear to me. I have a dear brother, Andrew, but Richard is like another brother to me. And I always wondered, who will Richard end up with? What kind of girl? And growing up, you know, we in South Africa, and then in Allentown, and then, you know, sometimes they come to San Francisco where we live. And then I followed Richard, Carol, and David to Penn. And Richard and I went to college together. I was a year behind him, and people used to call him Bizarro Heller, because I'm Stacy Heller, and I'm very loud and talkative, and blah, blah, blah. And we know Richard is reserved. But people thought we were like twins. They thought we looked alike and stuff, so they called him Bizarro Heller, my friend. So. And he was also, though, I mean, very cute, and all the girls would throw themselves at him. And Richard was like, no, sorry, no. I'm like, dude, Richard, you can get some action here from my friends. My friends are throwing themselves at you. They want you, baby. And Richard, no, he was a man of taste and decorum, and he wasn't going to be cheap. I was like, God, Richard. He knew what he wanted. And you know what? I just wanted to mention, I lost my father this year in an accident, and it was obviously a very difficult time for our family, but one thing I'm very grateful for is that my father got to meet Kira. And he also once said to me, because I always say, Dad, you know, Richard is so important to me. when the hell is he gonna meet a nice girl and bring her home? And he always said, my dad, like, I think Richard was his favorite in your family, sorry. And he always said, Richard is very practical, and he knows his own mind, and he's a man of strength and conviction, and he'll meet a nice girl and he'll bring her home. Stacey, don't worry. You don't have to worry so much about Richard. I'm like, okay. And what can I say? Richard did so good. I mean, blew all of our minds. When we met Kira last November. A year ago. I can't even believe it was a year ago. We were just like, where did this magical girl come from? And Richard, how did you pull this one out? South African, Jewish, gorgeous girl, like, knows how to talk to everybody. I mean, she just blended into our family so beautifully, as well as brought diplomacy, which we all need very much. I'm so thrilled. This is the most wonderful thing, and I know Sylvia and Sam, you know, this is what you deserve. You deserve the best, and that's Kira. And Richard, you deserve the best too. You're amazing. Can't look at you right now. But I love you, and I love Kira, and I just couldn't be happier for the Simcha. And
Our next speaker is Laura, who is one of Kira's oldest and dearest friends.
Everyone. I'm a little prepared. So my name's Laura, and I've known Kira since we were 5 years old, when we used to take the school bus together to elementary school. But it wasn't until the 5th grade that we started to get to know each other really well. We were randomly assigned the same group for a drug prevention skit that was to be performed in front of the school and all of our parents. Our role, if you can believe it, was to pretend like we were deeply engrossed in a chat. Well, Kira and I, who always took school rather seriously, chatted like we were up for an Oscar. We bobbed our heads, we motioned our hands, we held our stomachs pretending that we were laughing. We were great. Who would have thought at that time that scene would play out in our real lives for the next 17 years and counting. By sophomore year in high school, Kira and I were best friends. We clicked early on when none of our other friends understood it was completely normal to grow up in a house in which the refrigerator housed Laughing Cow cheese, Lender's bagels, and jars, and I mean jars, of gefilte fish. And then there was the fact that we both loved to dance. By senior year in high school, everyone knew this as well. Kira and I self-elected ourselves to choreograph the annual senior women's dance at the Thanksgiving Day football game. We took this role very seriously. We hosted mandatory weekend rehearsals at Kathy McCrowan Dance Studio. We made homemade costumes for all 50 girls in the class. And we even spliced our own music medley to match all of our great steps. And finally, we guaranteed the performance would be perfect by placing ourselves about 5 feet in front of the rest of the class. So everyone could just see the steps, of course. When we went our separate ways for college, we never felt very far apart. We soon joined the same sorority, and that was very convenient because then over school breaks we could get together and practice our snaps and all our A fight cheers, and no one really appreciated that. It was very natural when Kira and I decided to move in together after college in New York City. We never knew the adventures that 3 years would hold for us. A lot has changed since we fearlessly took the train from Boston to New York City for that first trip to New York. We both wore our heavy black suits and high heels as we went to introduce ourselves to NYC at the Women's Job Fair, which unbeknownst to us would accommodate 4,000 women that day. Despite the black suits and our foolish confidence, we did not land jobs that day. But we did secure an apartment. Our fabulous IKEA-decorated apartment at 247 East 28th Street, apartment 16A, as in Apple, would house thousands of hours of conversations, countless meals, and numerous stories. Our home became the place where Kira and I grew up. From the Wellesley-raised, Schofield-schooled, gefilte fish-eating little girls developed professional, independent, fun, and fabulous women. and a lifelong bond, friendship, and understanding of each other. Kira, you have been one of the most important people in my life. We have gone through so much together, and I wouldn't have wanted it any other way. You have taught me so much about myself and about life. You are warm, giving, and extraordinary person, and you bring sunshine to everything you touch. It is so wonderful to see you as happy as you are right now. I wish you all the light in the world as you enter this next phase of your life with Richard. I'm so happy that you have met someone who understands you wholeheartedly and celebrates you completely. Kira and Richard, you make a wonderful couple, and it is a joy to be here celebrating with you and your families this weekend. I look forward to a lifetime of new memories to come. Mazel tov and lots of love to all of you.
All my mishpocha who's here and all the Allentown people, I'd like to thank our hosts and hostesses for this wonderful evening. It's just been outstanding. I was going to say I can't think of the right word, but it's been a wonderful evening, and I know how much work you've put into it tonight. Thank you so very, very much. And it started us with a wonderful weekend. So thank you all, and I hope we're all going to have a great time. And when you do go home, drive carefully. I'm just going to finish up and say a few quick words to my Kazki. Kira, Nikki, myself. I don't know. Lately I'm very emotional, so I apologize. I don't know what it is.
Getting married in 2 weeks.
I don't know. It's all these great simpas, so I should be very happy. It's happy tears. But Kira, Keith, Nick, and I grew up together. Of course, Keith and I were in California, so we lived for the summers for the four of us to get together, right, and play and swim and do everything that we did. Of course, Keith and Kira led all the plays. Nick and I wanted nothing to do with it, but we were in the back following all of their steps because we weren't as coordinated as the two of them were. So we'd even make, I remember in Boston at your old house, we'd make all the neighbors come and buy tickets to our plays and actually charge them for them. And they would pay. This old lady, what was her name? Rosa. Every year Rosa would come and watch our plays. So, Kira and I have grown up together, and she, as far as, we never lived in the same city, but she has always been like a sister to me. We've grown up together. We got engaged right around the same time. Our rings are almost identical, so we're pretty similar. And all of you guys know what Kira is like, and she's just the most remarkable person, so loving. She just brings so much warmth into a room. And just people, I don't know anyone that just cannot say a million wonderful things about Kira. So, and then of course Richard, who I had the pleasure of meeting for the first time last year, who just is so in love with Kira, lets her steal the show, because we of course want Kira to steal the show. And he sits back and just adores every second of her. So I just love that he loves her so much. And of course to Aunt and Fran, my aunt and uncle, my favorite aunt and uncle. I can say that. But, they have been second parents to me growing up and gone to them for wisdom and for help and everything in my life. And I am partly who I am today because of you guys. So thank you very, very much. I love you. And of course we had our Auntie T and Uncle Vicky who are representing the God-free side, should we say, the lone spouse side. But of course my grandparents aren't here with us today, which is very hard, but that's why we have the camera here, so hi guys. But the fact that we can look at T and see my grandmother here, it's as if she's here tonight, so thank you for being here. And everyone, the party starts tonight, so enjoy yourself, get ready for the rest of the weekend because it's going to be fun.
Hello. Say hi. See the red light? That's right. That's right.
Okay, we're gonna have an end of the night goodbye for Richard. Tomorrow isn't the wedding, but do you guys have any words of advice for your cousin?
Yes. Speak strong. Speak softly, but carry a big stick. And I mean that
metaphorically.
I would say drink lots of whiskey before, and I use rocker quotes. And yes, I know you're going to use them, so I give it to you. You can use them.
Because I know you're going to steal them anyway. Richard, how are you feeling about the big day coming up?
Good, very excited.
You did very well tonight. Your Hebrew was great tonight.
Thank you. Did you get a little scenery of the?
Yeah, you know what? Actually, I'm gonna go over there and take some pictures of it this way.
Don't waste all that stuff.
We can stop.
So cool. I love this. Oh, favorite name. Shut up. What's this? Art closet. It's gorgeous. Every single detail is like really beautiful. I feel like I'm in that show Hotels, Great Hotels of the World. Look, Andrew. And look at this, we can sit right here. I feel just like the girl in that show. Great Hotels. Just wake up and look at the boats.
Oh, there's a balcony. I don't know if that's theirs, though. Might be the other suite.
Yeah, it is, but it's gorgeous.
Hey, where's Etta? And it's like, you like this, do it.
Oh, yeah, I heard that. Oh,
Hey, you want to punch my hand?
We are taking the kids to the aquarium. Everybody's here.
Nice. Angel, has she punched your stomach before?
No.
Have her go punch Angel's stomach. She's strong.
No, I don't want
punch Angel's stomach.
I don't want that.
No, she's good. Do it.
Here comes the ride, just right. Here comes the groom. He's all dressed in black. He's walking down the track, and he tried to kiss the bride.
You know what, we've left the food, the vendors, you know. You can just grab something.
What about that place?
Listen, we'll go anyway. We're following you. I told my mom we're following you.
Stace, what about that place?
How much are these t-shirts? Where? How much?
Right there.
Yeah. But I think I wish that.
Wait, but we don't want Italia. We want US.
What are you getting?
Chicken calzone.
You want to split a salad?
No.
Bastard.
Jesse will.
She's already split it.
What, split what? Calzone? Oh, who am I splitting it with? I don't have anyone to split it with. You want to split it with yourself? Well, I mean, yeah, you can have half. I can have half. That's what it means to split. You can hear us. Hi. Switzerland.